Okay, very good afternoon, students. Today we have the topic that is water. Okay, and this it's one of the very important nutrient, a part of vitamins, minerals, that is the micronutrient, as well as a part of carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. So this water is organic in nature or inorganic in nature? Who can say me? You can write in chat box. It's water is organic or inorganic? Yeah, Rudrans. Organic. How it can be organic? Why it's organic? Anybody can type why it is organic? Arman Khan, you are right. It's inorganic. It's not organic because the organic compounds contains carbon. Okay, and the H2O is hydrogen and oxygen. So it does not contains any carbon. So it's a inorganic nutrient. And the vitamins are organic or inorganic? All the vitamins are organic. Okay, and the minerals are inorganic. So in this unit, you are going to see, define the water. What is water? What are the dietary sources of water? Then we are going to discuss what are the functions of water in our life. And then we'll see water balance. That is the role of water in maintaining good health. So if somebody will ask you to define water, what is water? Water is a transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearby colorless chemical substance. So it's transparent. You can look from one side to another side. Tasteless, water don't have any taste. Odorless, no odor means no smell, no any color. Okay. So it's vital for all known forms of life, even though it provides no calorie or organic nutrient. It does not contain any organic nutrients, and neither it provides any calorie, but it's very important in our diet. It accounts for 55 to 75% of our total body weight. Means if somebody is of 50 kg, okay, so what should be the body weight? If the body weight is 60 kg or 50 kg, what will be the content of water in the body? How much water will be there? That is 55 to 75% of that one. Means you need to half the weight and add some kg. Okay. For the adult male, it's 60%. For the female, 55%, children 65%, and infant 75%. Means the infant have more percentage of water in their body weight, whereas the adult female have the lesser water percentage in their body weight. The adult male and the children are on average. Lean individual, okay, they have more water content than the obese one. Those who are obese have the less water content in their body. Okay, the total body fluid, that is the fluid is water, is distributed into two components. One is extracellular fluids and second one is intracellular fluids. Extracellular fluids, what it is? Outside the cells, whatever the fluid we have in the body, whatever the water we have in the body is known as extracellular fluid, and that contains sodium. When we are talking about the intracellular fluid, that is inside the cell. Whatever the fluid is present, it is known as intracellular fluid, and that contains potassium. So question might be asked, extracellular fluid contains Which of the minerals? Your answer should be sodium. And if they are going to ask about intracellular fluid, that is potassium. Now the question is, who have the more percentage of water in their body weight? Adult, children, or infants? You can write in the chat box. Adult, infants, or children, who have more percentage of water in their body? Infants, very good. Infants have more percentage of water in their body. And when you compare to male and female, that is adult male and adult female, then adult male have more percentage of water in the body with respect to the female. Okay, so definition of water is done. Now dietary sources means how the water comes in our body. Okay, so the first dietary source is that what we drink water. Okay, that is known as visible source, which we can see, which is visible in nature. The water taken through drinks, plain water, fruit, juices, hot and cold beverage, tea, coffee, all these comes under the visible sources, which we can see with our eyes, which is not hidden. And when we are talking about the invisible sources, the water is hidden. Take an example, if you are eating some fruits, like you are eating watermelon, or you are eating what you can say, apple, still the water is inside the food. That are known as invisible sources of water. Water present in the food, like vegetable, whole fruits, that contains a various percentage of water inside it, are known as invisible sources. A part of the visible sources and invisible sources, there is one more sources which is also invisible, and it's known as metabolic water. Now, can anybody will tell me what is metabolic water? Any idea? See, the metabolic water is that when we consume food, food have the nutrients in that one, macronutrients in that one. Like micronutrients examples are carbohydrate, protein, fats. So what happens when it is metabolized in our body, when it is synthesized in our body, it takes some reactions, and after reaction, the carbohydrate is broken into carbon, hydrogen, water, and this water, the percentage of water, will be known as the metabolic water. Means that is after breaking of the nutrients, the water achieved from that one is known as metabolic water. Okay, so if somebody will ask you dietary sources, that is visible and invisible. Visible is whatever we can see, water, drinks, plain water, even the fruit juices, hot and cold beverage like tea, coffee. Invisible sources, under the invisible sources, what comes? Fruits, vegetables, and solid foods. Okay, the rice you eat, the dal you eat, everything, there is water percentage inside it. The third one is the metabolic water. Metabolic water is taken from the nutrients. When the nutrients are broken, okay, in the chain reaction, they give some water. That water is known as the metabolic water. All right. The intake of fluid varies among the people on the basis of age, gender, climate, and physical activity. See, different person have different intake of fluids. Okay, the one who are athlete, okay, they requires more water than the one who, than a person who is sitting on the chair and doing their job. Yeah, so adequate amount of water need to be consumed to allow body to perform its daily functions. So how much of water should be adequate for a normal person for the well-being? How much of water is good to be consumed per day? That is 8 to 10 glasses. Okay, and that is 2 to 2.5 liters of water we should consume per day. So now we have already known the dietary sources, that is visible, invisible, as well as the metabolic water. I'm moving to the next slide. What are the functions? What are the functions of water in our body? Okay, so we are going to see the functions of water in our body. First function, water quenches our thirst. हमारा प्यास को मिटाता है. Okay, so the first function of water is water quenched our thirst and is most refreshing and cooling of all the liquids. Our cells are made up of water. Okay, means structural components. The cells are not made up of only water, they are made up of proteins. Okay, but beside the protein, we also have water content within the cell. Third one, water is a medium in which all the chemical reactions takes place, all the various chemical reactions taking place inside our body. The medium is water. It is also a very essential component of all the fluids. What are the fluids inside our body? Like blood, bile, digestive fluids, urine, sweats. All these have the components of water inside it. It even acts as a lubricant. Okay, when we swallow the food to digest, we have saliva in our mouth. Okay, so saliva is again a water. Okay. Next is it acts as a solvent for the products of digestion and helps in transporting these products in different parts of the body. The food, when we eat the food, when we chew the food, after the mastication, it is moved to the different parts of the body. Without water, it can't be possible. It will be stuck in your stomach. It cannot be go down or it cannot be excreted easily without water. So doctors always suggest you to drink plenty of water. That is 8 to 10 glasses of water, 2 to 2.5 liters of water per day. It regulates body temperature. If enough water is not in your body temperature will go rise and below. Okay, so water is also a regulator of the body temperature. Last is it helps to throw the waste products from the body. That is the excretion of the waste products takes place due to the presence of water inside our body. Anger, very nice. Saswat Kumar Singh, water also helps in the anger management. Okay, you can add this point. Anybody can add this point. Very nice answer by Saswat. Water also helps in the anger management. Whenever you have a mood change, mood swing, or you are getting anger or anxiety, then you can have a glass of water. Yeah. Next, so functions are done. Now we are going to see what are the role of water in maintaining good health. So before knowing about the role of water in maintaining good health, we should know that how water comes in our body and how water goes out of our body. You can see here that is known as water balance, or even you can say it fluid balance. Role of water in maintaining health, that is water balance, also known as fluid balance. So you can see a balance in the picture over there. So whatever water in means whatever water is coming inside our body is going to be out by a medium. So water in can be through visible sources, invisible sources, as well as the third one is, anybody can type the third one, visible sources, that is visible water, invisible water, and third one is yeah, Neeraj, you can say metabolic water. Very nice, Kumari Aditi. So the three types of three sources of water we are having inside our body, that is visible water, that is visible fluid. Second one is invisible, and inside the invisible only there is something else, that is metabolic water. So these three are the way the water is getting inside. Now how the water is going outside of the body is through the sweats, through the urine, through the feces, through the breathing and talking. Breathing and talking, when we breathe or when we talk, or even from our skin, due to the perspiration, we cannot see this water going out of the body. When we are speaking, not only air is coming out, not only carbon dioxide is coming out, there is also some water which are going out of our body, even through our skin. Okay, our skin are always moist. Okay, means some water is again coming to the top of the skin and that's drying through the weather. Okay, So what is water balance? Water intake is equal to water output. Water balance may be defined as equalization between the water intake and water in sorry, it's wrong here. Water intake and water output of the body. Water output of the body. Okay, so what is water balance? Water intake minus water output is the water balance. Okay, now we can see this image, and then we can understand then how water is coming inside our body and how it's going out. You see, food and drink 2.2 liter per day, means from food is the invisible source as well as drink is the visible source of water. Then we have some metabolism, that is 0.3 liter per day. Just like you take an example, you can see glucose plus oxygen. Glucose plus, you can see here, glucose plus oxygen, when they have the reaction, means oxidation, means the metabolic water are the result of the oxidation of different nutrients. Here the nutrient is glucose. Glucose plus O2 means glucose is going to be oxidated. Then what it results in? Carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so the water is the result here, and this water is known as the metabolic water. Okay, so food is the invisible source, drink is the visible source, and metabolic water is the third. Three types of sources of water are going inside our body, which is giving the water gain to the body. Now when we see water loss from skin and lungs, insensible water loss 0.9 liter per day, means this water, you cannot see how this water is going out through skin and lungs, but it's going out. Yes, you can see through urine and feces that the water is what you pee in the form of urine 1.5 liter and feces 0.1 liter per day is going to be as a water loss from the body. Means whatever water is going gain is going to be less, and the equation is equalized is equal to 0. Water intake, whatever water intake it will be lose. But one more question is there. I have told you there are two types of water in our body. One is intracellular, another is extracellular. Here you can see extracellular, it contains sodium, intracellular contains potassium. So always remember these 2 points. Functions of water, this one is done. Now what will happen? Okay, means there are two things in the water balance: water gain and water loss, and both should be equal. What will happen if your water gain, means your consumption of the water, that is water in, is very less? What will happen when water in is very less? You can type in the, yeah, Arman Khan, what about tears? Tears are also a way. Okay, tears are also a way to you can say water out of the body. Yeah, water loss. But it is very, you can say that sometimes it happens. For few people only it happens every day who are more emotional, but they people drink more of water as well. Okay, so what I was asking the question, what will happen if the water coming in, that is water intake, will reduce? Means somebody needs to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water, but not drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water and working too much. Means if somebody is an athlete and they are not drinking any drinks or water, what will happen? What will be the result? Will cause disease. Yeah, disease. Which disease, Ranveer? That disease is known as, Abhishek Kumar here, dehydration. Means your body will not get hydrated due to the absence of water which is needed inside our body. Okay, so water balance, what will happen? Water balance will be disturbed. This water balance will be disturbed either if we have less water in our body, either even we have more water in the body. So what we are going to see, dehydration and edema. Okay, dehydration occurs when we have less water than what is expected to be, and edema is a disease when we drink more water than what our body needs. Okay, so dehydration is a situation where the output increases than the water input. And what happens in this case? We have diarrhea, vomiting, excessive can due to the conditions like diarrhea. When we have diarrhea, vomiting, fever, diabetes, it leads to dehydration because lots of fluids from our body is going out in any way. So when a person is dehydrated, they will feel thirsty, has a dry mouth, sunken and dry eyes, restless, and even the lips will be dry. So what will be given in that condition? That is known as ORT, that is oral rehydration therapy. Oral rehydration therapy. In that therapy, what you are going to do, you need to introduce the ORS. ORS means oral rehydration solution. Dissolve in 1 liter of water and give to the person to get it hydrated. That's why in many conditions when we are sick, we are in hospital, water is given to the patients. Yeah. Next we have edema. Edema is a disease when we have lots of water in our body, more than which is need of the body. Okay, and what happens in edema? There is some swelling of the skin. In the swelling of the skin, what happens? If you press the skin, it will be depressed. It will be depressed like swollen skin. Swollen skin with a depression is formed. This disease is known as edema. So there are only two diseases associated. One is dehydration, which is due to the insufficient supply of water to the body, and one is edema. Or in edema, what happens? Swelling of the skin. Okay. So I'm moving to the next slide. The last slide is drink more water. Your skin, your hair, your mind, and your body will thank you. Yeah, so you need to drink plenty of water so that your skin, hair, mind, and your body will thank you all the time, and you will not get dehydrated, you will not get fatigue, no nausea, and nothing like that. Okay, so if you have any question now, you can ask me. I'm going to unmute all. You can unmute yourself. Okay, now. Yeah, you can ask questions. Any question?